This is really important to me, is like, dealing with loneliness, because I think so many guys haven't even thought for a second that they can deal with it. Dealing with loneliness. This is a huge part of the self-improvement journey. I think so many guys, especially just like teenagers, are dealing with this. I did a little poll on my Instagram, like, hey, like what type of video you guys want to see? And this did the best on what you guys want to learn about. So let's jump right into this topic. I think it's really important learning how to deal with loneliness while being on self-improvement, because this is pretty much how you make yourself bulletproof. This is how you develop that mindset to deal with the journey ahead. So the first step that I've implemented in combating loneliness is learning to develop a schedule. I'm not talking just any normal schedule. You want to have your daily routine almost like military practice. Like, you want this to be drilled in so intensely that you know what you're doing at every hour of the day, even if you have to break it up into half hours a day. It's really important that you sit down, take the time after this video to create a daily schedule. The thing is, you're finding yourself alone with your thoughts constantly, and it's because you're laying in bed. It's because you're scrolling on TikTok. It's because you're doing unproductive things that aren't boosting your mental health. This is more of a mental health issue, and it's something that's kind of like a deeper core issue, but this is one of the ways to approach fixing that greater issue. Does that make sense? So build a schedule that allows you to be productive and to focus on implementing the habits that you want to have within your daily routine that are better for your life, right? Like, if you are constantly playing video games all day long, like, no wonder you feel lonely. You're not doing something that helps you advance in society, and that's something that we're really driven to do as humans, is to advance in society. So start picking up habits and implementing a routine that's going to help you mental health wise. Does that make sense? So the next step is to implement mindfulness into your daily routine. So first, we're building that daily routine. You want everything right down to the hour, right? That's really important, is having everything down to the hour, but you really want to have some sort of mindfulness exercise. So essentially what mindfulness is, it's forms of meditation, right? It's ways of understanding your thought process patterns and being able to recognize why your brain thinks that way. That's kind of just the bro way of explaining what mindfulness is. There's tons of science and papers backing up research why mindfulness is super good for helping your overall mental health and your overall improvement. So it's crucial to have some sort of meditation exercise daily within your routine. I like to meditate in the mornings, right after I take a shower. I'm a shower morning guy. It's when I feel the most clean and just ready to start my day. So it's about usually 10:15, 10 a.m. in the morning. That's when I do my meditation. You sit down, 10 minutes, focus on your breathing, and when your thoughts start to wander, you snap back to your breathing, right? So the whole one rep is letting your thoughts wander, snap back to breathing, right? That is how meditation works. That is the most basic form. There's other ways to do it, but that's how I do it, is I focus on my breath and I let my mind wander a little bit, and then once I come back to it, it's like, okay, boom, I just did that, do it again, and you just focus on your breath. Super simple. Don't overcomplicate it. You're gonna ruin your habits if you overcomplicate these things. So practice mindfulness in order to work on developing a sense of, oh, okay, my mind is wandering right now. I'm thinking about things that I don't have to think about, and it's creating that recognition for when your mind starts to think oh, I'm alone, I'm lonely right now, I feel terrible. It's learning to disassemble those thoughts that are creating those negative outcomes, because this is a thought process. You can be alone and enjoy your time. There's a whole different way of viewing it. So it's disassembling those thought processes. So the next step would be to change your habits. Now that we're building routine, right, and we're implementing mindfulness meditation and attacking and disassembling those negative thoughts, we're adding in new productive habits to our daily life. Something that you'll find yourself doing is, it's so easy to get lonely when you're not doing things you enjoy. Now, obviously, we want to be doing productive things that help us advance on our self-improvement journey, building a business, going to the gym, other things like that, mindfulness meditation, journaling, all things like that. We want to be implementing good and healthy habits that help us grow and perform better as a person. Getting rid of negative habits and replacing them with new habits is a perfect way to start developing this. So let's break this down. When you are a person who you start to feel lonely when you lay in your bed all day long and it's nighttime and you're by yourself, you have to recognize, okay, the habit I've built is that I find myself laying in bed every day, and I find myself scrolling on TikTok, I find myself playing video games alone. That's when I start to feel most lonely, right? So recognize the areas that you have begun to feel the most lonely, and let's change those to something productive. So if it's every single night at 5 p.m., 6 p.m., you start to feel lonely, start going to the gym instead. Go to the gym, work out and do something productive at the time instead of allowing yourself to feel lonely. So start taking those negative habits and replacing them with something positive, okay? It's not easy to replace them, but the core concept is take that bad habit, replace it with something positive. Make sense? Perfect. Okay, so the final step is to work on developing a healthy social connection. Now you're like, oh, that's literally why I feel lonely. Is I don't know how to do this. Like that's the most obvious answer. It's not as obvious as you think it is, right? Like I never took the time to realize this until more recently. Is that like I need to improve my social connection. Now it's so romanticized on self-improvement to be like, oh, I'm in my grind, I'm alone, it's me, like lone wolf. Like that is so romanticized in self-improvement, and that is so stupid because the thing is, if you're working with your two closest homies who are also in self-improvement, who are working on their businesses, who are working on becoming the best versions of themselves, you're talking with them all the time and bouncing ideas off of each other, you're not gonna feel lonely because you have your boys rolling with you and you guys are working together. So you need to go out there and start nurturing actually healthy social environment. Now I don't mean like the guys who love to play video games all day long, the guys who lay in their bed, the guys who scroll on TikTok. Like that can be, you know, the friends that you have right now, and you don't realize that it's unhealthy because it's the dude you just hang out with, like the convenience. You need to go out there and start finding people who are in a healthy position of their lives and that are also moving in a positive direction. You need to be working with them to move in a positive direction. It's like so simple, right? But this is literally the easiest way to fix it. And even if that means joining a Discord, making friends with someone who's on self-improvement in that Discord, has a common interest, and you talk with them every day, that will help you. Like I know it sounds like this stupid, like, oh, be friends with someone on the internet, that's stupid. But if you are a person who literally can't function right now, like this is a solution to help you make progress in the right direction. This is about moving in the right direction. It's not about solving the entire issue right now, it's about moving in the right direction. So go out there and start nurturing healthy relationships. I would highly recommend going to the gym. I say this all the time on my podcast. Go to the gym and start talking to like the strangers around you. The gym is the nicest place to find people who have a common interest, who are on self-improvement, and who are like hard-working people. It's really hard to find the wrong person at the gym. You go talk to anyone, everyone loves to talk. Like the gym is a great place to talk and be like, hey bro, you're looking big, like how do I lift weights like you? And instantly you've made a friend. Like it's so easy. So go out there and start making healthy relationships and find people who have common interests with self-improvement. Nurture those. Make sure it's in line with the new habits that we're building and in line with the new schedule that we're building, as well as practicing mindfulness. So bringing all of these together under the scope of, hey, I want to improve, it all falls into place. This is a crucial way to develop yourself and to allow your mental health to improve. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is really important to me, is like, you know, dealing with loneliness, because I think so many guys haven't even thought for a second that they can deal with it and how to even approach it. So I hope this helps you guys come up with a new attack plan. Subscribe, like the video, that means a lot, helps me out. If I helped you out with some sort of information, help me out by liking and subscribing. Go check out the Intochi store if you haven't, link in the description, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.